Hello, I am Draven. This is my den. Welcome back, welcome back. It is time for the monthly Undercards opening, pack opening. Late again, as usual, because, I don't know, I didn't feel like streaming much. I haven't really been busy, I'll be honest. My friends just want to hang out, and I've been trying to make time for them, but, it's not that important, but it's been taking a lot of time, so I didn't have enough free time to stream. Also, all these new games that come out. I mean, Metaphor, Mario and Luigi. Been playing that, and I mean, I just want to get back to playing Mario and Luigi. I'll be honest, but I do gotta open these packs for y'all, and so that's why I'm streaming a little earlier than I normally would, just to do it now. Um, Sadly, I do not have a capture card for my Switch, so I don't know how to stream that for y'all. So that won't be what I'll be doing. Those are my personal games. Computer games are the only things I can stream right now. Maybe that'll change later when I actually, you know, make enough money from streaming to warrant buying a capture card and all that. But as of now, it's I make nothing. So I don't know. Other than that, let's just get into opening cards, man. Hopefully, hopefully I can open I can get a DT this time. I've been fiending for a DT. Also, we're almost level 400, so that's going to get me a free legend card, I think. So that's good. Uh cuz I just oh, whoops. Don't copy my password. You won't you I think that's safe enough. Um what was I saying? Oh yes. Hopefully I can get a DT. I've been meaning to get a DT. Uh do I have to be damaged for this to work, or can I just do it? I guess I'll have to find that out. But I've been I've been just like one one pack has to be a DT and I'll be happy. I don't care what the DT is. I don't care if it's a dupe of a DT I already have. I just want to open one pack with a DT because I'd be like, boom, I'd be sent over the moon. That'd be so lucky. First, real quick, you know what we gotta start with? We gotta uh, cash in all the friendship level ups to get some extra packs, extra cash. You know the way this works. Um, I was scrolling Undertale Twitter, and a thought occurred to me, and I thought it was really funny that like how much people ship uh River Person with Gaster. It's like, I mean, like, sure, it's the only person who ever like canonically knows Gaster exists at all, and that's still even a little bit iffy. Like, the shipping economy is gonna crash. Like, there was like no other options. It's like, well, I guess this is the only character that's remotely close to Gaster. Honestly, I'm surprised I haven't seen much like um Gaster with Alphys or whatever, because we all know these shipping people know no bounds. They'll ship whoever with whoever. It doesn't matter the current relationship standings typically. But I guess that only counts when I shouldn't say it. But yeah. Come on. We got to get something. We got to get one DT. Just one. That's all I ask for. Cuz last time we did this, we opened like what, 10 legendaries we got. So that was pretty good. Oh, let me pull up my auto clicker and just Do I need Deltarune or Under... I mean, I have more Undertale, so let's just buy some of each. How's your day been? How's all your guys' day been? Good? That's good. I don't I don't see the point to why you'd want to open the Undertale yellow card packs because like there's so few of them and they're twice as expensive, but crafting them costs the same as crafting any other card. So, if you want to get your money's worth, just just craft the Undertale yellow cards, you know? So, like, yeah, I've basically been able to craft all the Undertale yellow cards and it hasn't even like it barely dented my dust. Oh, 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 oh. Packs. Okay, we're back in. Let's open more packs. I can't believe every month they retweak so much stuff, and yet they still have not given that one dummy card an ability. It's sat there forever, unable to do anything. I I don't know, man. Give it something. The poor things had like no ability since I started, and I started playing this a year ago at this point. And who knows how long Undercards has been going. I don't. It's just so underutilized. I'll call out if I see something I haven't had yet or don't have a full set of 3. If I remember, to be honest, I don't know what I do and don't. Whoa, that's awesome! Getting these two back to back, the regular and the G follower version, that's cool actually. Well, yeah, I forgot about Baron. I don't know the reference though. Like, is this just a joke? Like, what's Baron from? Because it's not like we have many AU stuff. Like, none. We have no AU stuff on this website, like, at all. So I'm just like, where did Baron come from? I don't know who Baron is. Is it like one of those like small event chance things in Undertale but I thought I knew about all of those. I don't know. I guess I'd have to look it up later. Ooh, same shiny twice in a row. Might have to shred a shiny. That's good though. If I can get shinies of every card in the game, 3 shinies of every card in the game, then I can start shredding shinies. And shinies shred for like a lot, so I'll be freaking rich. Spike Trap. Still, I just don't see how good this could be. Unless you mega buffed it, but even then it's like 1-1. Or like mega buffed it and gave it armor. But the only thing that gives like the armor effect, that one guy has taunt on him, and silencing would cancel out its effect, so it's kind of pointless. I've always thought that card was a little like it does force aggro onto a single enemy, which is nice. So it forces them to attack that thing first before attacking your other thing, typically. And that's sort of the point of it, but I don't know. It's not that good. The same way they made Soroba a taunt card, so she can't hide behind taunt cards anymore. It's just like, I don't know, man. Kind of makes them a bit less good. And honestly, I think that's good that I've gotten 2 Barons so far. I don't think I've opened many other Barons, if any. Because I don't think I had Baron. I think it's one of the cards I've been missing. It's hard to check at this point because I have so many of the cards that to scroll through and double check all the cards takes too long, and I just get bored before I finish every time. This card, Robot 99, I don't know. He sucks. Because it's turn end. If it was turn start at the very least, it would have some use. But, like, the only use of this is to purposely attack him with your own monsters for some reason to buff your own monsters. But a lot of the buff cards, it's like, kill this instead of damage this. So even then, I can't see very many places where this is useful. Robot 99 just kind of, its ability is overcomplicated and it sucks. Which I'm sad to say, because I like the idea of it, but it's just poor execution. Because there are things way better than that don't have such a... Yeah! Already had that legendary, but... whatever. But, yes! We can shred it down for lots of money. But, yeah. The guy is, there are just cards that are better with no drawback. You know what I mean? Like, those early cards that have, like, the unnecessary drawback, like, I just, it feels like it had an idea to be useful for something, but, like, I mean, like, you could use it with, say, Alphys to, haste Alphys to sweep the board without damaging any monsters, any of your own monsters. But even then, that's like, that would cost so much gold because Robot 99 or not whatever costs, he himself costs like 8 gold. So, like, you could get a legendary card that could do like a bunch more, or a DT card for about the same price and set up for something way better down the line. It's just not good. Which feels bad. A lot of those old cards could use tweaks. Like Mizgar's Spear, this guy's actually got a decent ability even being a really old card. Like, he kind of sucks, but it makes sense because of how cheap he is. That other card, it's like, he sucks. And that's it. He just sucks. And the people who run the site have just completely forgot about him. The poor guy. Memory Keeper, like, his is interesting and, like, works out pretty well. So it's just like, you just have to do 2 spells, or 1 spell, and have him finish it. And it's just like, wow. Memory Keeper actually is sort of useful. He's hyper specific, but he's good. He's good. I don't know what I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. It's hard to think of to talk about when you open 100 packs. You know what I mean? Or 500. I think we're opening 500 today. I just lost my train of thought like really hard there. Come on, 1 DT. We just need 1 DT. There's not much to get excited about here because I think I've gotten every card in the game essentially, besides a few legendary cards. The most I can talk about is the balancing. Speaking of balancing, they completely rehauled a lot of stuff when adding all these new Undertale Yellow spells, and that was awesome. Starlow is actually useful now instead of being kind of sucky. It's like, why have a legendary card that costs that much if he's not gonna if he's gonna have such a like a drawback that makes him just you know. So I think it was a very good idea to like to make Starlo better. Because now he doesn't have any drawback, and he could just clear a board if he's lucky. And he can make you money technically. So Starlo's just really really good. Now I don't use him much. But although honestly, they might need to tweak the patience Undertale Yellow spell, because the patience Undertale Yellow spell is way too OP. It is, I mean, it'll cost you your hand, but for basically 6 gold, or 7 gold. It's 7 gold. You can get a full heal. I really hope they and you can draw like 2 cards still. I really hope they debuff it, they nerf it in the future, because it is too much. Especially because I've seen some people parrying it with card draw cards, like the unblockable Determination Chris. So like, yeah, it's not good. It's too good. It's way too good. It definitely needs a nerf. Not that, as you could see earlier, I have been using it. I've been just using it to boost my, toilet deck. It's really good for toilet, and it's really good for another specific play that would have been impossible before this spell. That would have taken way too long, and a lot more luck, and more money. But it's really, really good. I might show it. I don't know. All this card opening takes too long. You know what I mean? But man, the meta has majorly changed with this new update and all these new spells. And honestly, I wish the spells... And some of the spells for the other souls are kind of just Like the DT one... It's just kind of, if I remember correctly, it's like a slightly more specific version of the the other DT spell that just summons things back onto the board. So it's like, it's just kind of not as good. It is useful for a very specific card. Because it's just way too expensive, and that's the problem. Casino Sands! I think I already had him, because I just wanted to use the new legendary. It's so funny. But, nice. That's 2 legends today. Not as much as we've gotten in the past, but, hey. It's cool to get some legend cards. At all. I mean... Technically, it's such a low chance. I'm surprised. I'm like I'm heavily surprised that we got like 10 legend last time. Like that was uncalled for. That was insane. I honestly can't believe we managed that. It was really good. Most of those were dupes, if I remember correctly, but we did get a few new ones. At least, like, 4 new ones, I think. And 4 new legends, that saves me on so much dust. Like, unbelievably amounts of dust. So that is, like, really good. Come on, come on. And yes, I haven't crafted my DT yet. I'm saving that to the end. Keep up retention. Exactly why I haven't stopped talking the entire time. Is that annoying? I don't normally talk this much, but I don't know. Feels like it gets boring just watching me open packs. Especially because these packs are just so... I don't know. It's all stuff I've seen before. Mold Big, as I've always said, they did actually... I will say, they did actually slightly tweak the mold deck. I forget what they did, but I think they made the I forget what the tin cost specialty mold is. The like the big one. Mold Mega. That's it. They did make Mold Mega cheaper, I think. And buffed its stats, I believe. So they did make the mold deck slightly better. I still don't think it is competitively viable in the slightest, but it is cool that they did try to make the mold cards a little better. Yeah, here. I think it was 10 gold before. Now it's 9 gold. I don't believe... Yeah. Yeah, I don't believe they changed anything else, but I think its stats are a little higher. I could double check. We could go over that after we open these cards, go over the changes this month. You can come to me for all your Undercards news every month. I open a bunch of cards, we have fun with that, and two casual undines? The chances of opening a legendary card alone are very low, but to get 2 of the same, that's both insanely unlucky and insanely lucky at the same time, because what are the chances of that? Someone could probably do the maths and figure out the chance of that. Oh, God. Worst time to get hiccups. Oh, give me a sec. Lesser Dog is what I'm talking about with the new DT Undertale Yellow spell, because it summons in a dust card, specifically a dust card, and gives it haste. So there aren't, and it costs 6 gold. So, and there aren't many dust cards, if like any, that cost more than 6 gold. So it's, or wait, and I think it has a 6 gold cap. So you can't use it to summon anything more expensive than 6 gold either. So it is only useful for like Lesser Dog and Lesser Dog only, and summoning and bringing back Lesser Dog from the dead to cheapen more of your cards. Sans Undertale. Woo! We already had Sans, but that's cool. Sans is an oldie but a goodie. He's just good for Gaster Blasters, really. That's the only thing he's good for, but he's also like the only way to get Gaster Blasters besides a few more expensive, harder to get ways to get. There are other ways to get Gaster Blasters that are like not as easy. So that's really good. Stall decks, I hate stall decks, but it is good to have this. I think I already made it because I was so annoyed by people using Bacon Queen on me. Honestly, this card might be too good. But I mean, I guess for 10 gold for 6/6, I don't know, but I mean, it kills, like, I don't know. It's really good though. But I do believe I already had that. But that's awesome. See, that's another legend. That's what, 4 legends? We've gotten 4. So that's pretty good opening. And we're only halfway through the cards, so that's cool. Man, I'm still hoping and praying for a DT. What is it? Yeah. 0.01% chance. Like, I mean, the chance to get the amount of legend cards we've gotten, I mean, it has to add up to 1 DT. Am I, like, right? Yes! We got Gerson. I already had Gerson. He's a decent legend card. He basically just gives you infinite cards, so you'll never run out. You'll always have 1 card to play. So that's nice. Gerson's a pretty decent card. Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, if my first DT was opened in a shiny pack, I would explode. Like that would be like freaking awesome. I don't think you can craft shinies. So I don't think you can get a shiny DT otherwise. So that would be insane to get a shiny DT. Oh, come on. Come on, DT. Manifest the DT. Manifest the DT. Come on. DT, 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 DT. DT, DT, DT. Come on. Come on. Come on. DT, DT, DT. Come on. Come on. Just give it to me. DT. Give me the DT. I'm glad I crafted the some of the really rarer spells, because I swear I still don't think I've opened some of those rarest spells yet. Ooh, that's good actually. I think I already opened another one of those today, but I only had one of these before today. So more penetrations are nice. Just having like what is essentially a free silence is just good. It costs 1 gold, but 1 gold is nothing. Okay. No DT. Sad. Come on. DT. I need Chris. Give me Chris. Give me Chris. We are in the Deltarune packs. So if we do open a yes. Did I? I think I may have crafted this one just because I thought it was cool. So this is a little sad. Especially because I haven't even used the one I crafted since I got it. But this is a really good card if you build a deck around it. If you build a deck around it, it's a really good card. I mean, it's basically essentially an instant win button. You get to do immediately 15 damage to your opponent for 3 gold, and give all ally monsters on the board and in the deck, I think, or maybe just on the board, +1/+1 3 times, so that's +3. So as long as you've got a decently aggressive deck, and you're doing alphies, instant win as soon as you trigger her. So that's awesome. I haven't made a deck with her yet, but she is a very good card. If you could just survive long enough to use all her stuff. Come on. Give me that DT. Come on, come on, come on, come on. I really want Chris. He's like one of the best DTs in the game. I really, really want Chris. So bad. I got the bad version of Chris that kind of sucks. I want base Chris. Just give, or not base, the better DT Chris. Give me better DT Chris. So bad. I just want better DT Chris. It's like one of the best DTs in the game. And it's just so cool being able to just grow your cards. And it's transparent, so it can't even be killed instantly, like most DT cards. So, like, you will get... Again? 2 of the same legendary card. Twice. Well, now the chances are getting even lower for this to happen. That's freaking crazy. There are so many legendary cards. Well, there's like... 50 legend cards, but like, come on, the chance to get 2 dupes, 2 like straight up of the same, that's 4 legend cards by itself, but 2 of those 4 were the same as the other 2. You know what I mean? Okay, so what's that? We've opened 6 legend cards so far then? That's pretty good. It's not my best yet, but that is pretty good. That's probably on par with some of my better ones. And it's funny because it wasn't looking good there on that first 100 packs we opened, but all of a sudden now it's like, friggin', we're getting all the luck. I wonder if they boost your luck the more packs you open without getting anything interesting, you know? Maybe. Oh! Now this is a legend I don't think I had, because I had never thought the need to craft him. But, so yes! We saved ourselves crafting him, because I do want to get all the cards at some point. Mia's yapping, my little key. Silly baby, silly baby. Anyway, back to pack opening. So that's awesome. So we got rules. That saves me a bunch. I think that's our first new legend of the day. Enemy monsters costing less. Oh yeah. I don't know how good Task Singer is. All the opponent's monsters on the board would have to be cheap for Task Singer to be actually worth it, you know? But if all the monsters were cheap, I mean, that would be pretty good, because it'd be pretty easy to kill off a couple 3 costs or less with that. But anything higher, like a 4 or higher, like, then you're kind of pushing the amount of stuff you can get done on one turn. But it doesn't say the cards have to cost money, I guess. So if you can basically get all the cards in your hand to be free, it could be pretty good. Well, they'd have to be free and haste cards, or at least spells. So it's very specific, that's for sure. And it will require a good amount of money or prep to use. So it's a lot less good than just, say, Asgore. You know? And Asgore's bigger, so he'll stay on the board longer afterwards than Task would. Usually, unless, you know, they just insta-kill him. But, so yeah. And Asgore's setup is a lot simpler. All you have to do is do 1 damage to everybody. So just like Carousel, Heat's Flamesman, something like that. Just do 1 damage to everybody. And the only thing that could stop you is if one of them has armor. But then you could probably just have something back up, like I don't know, even a worm would be useful. To just, 2 damage. Oh, it pokes through 1 of your damage. Oh, surprise, surprise. You know, that sort of thing. Or, you know, you could just worm transform them. Or something like that. Like, there's a million different ways you could just do a little bit more damage to an armored enemy. And you just put down Asgore, and you clear the board. So, yeah, there's a million ways to clear a board easier. But, I mean, I guess Task Singer isn't a legend card. So, it's easier for new players to get Task Singer. And maybe that's the point, but I don't know. I just feel like all cards should at least fill their own sort of new niche. You know what I mean? Because if there's another card that just does the same thing... If another card just does the same thing but better, it's like... eh. Like, the card has to do something to different enough to... I don't know. Has to be different, but in a better, or in a good, or, you know, I don't know, just different. But, like, because it could be good to have another insta-kill everything on the board card, but, like, even King, or Spade King, kind of does that better. Because if you can just get everybody down to 2 health or whatever his thing says, he can also just kill everything on the board. And he can silence everything on the board. So he has another purpose if you can't do what his other thing is. So, like, I don't know. He's just... There are better ways to do that. Unfortunately, I crafted Lancer. So, that's just another one I'll have to be shredding. But, yeah, there's a few cards like that. Like, this guy while he doesn't do anything super unique, he pairs with tokens, so he's just good to have in your token decks. It's an interesting mechanic. Like he's basically like Vine but for token cards. So like I don't know. There's just a million other cards that could be better. For what they do. And like this card, this fills its own niche very well. If you don't have anything that summons cards from your dust pile, you don't need those monsters in your dust pile. They're just sitting there in your deck not doing anything, or in your dust pile not doing anything. So you might as well have stuff that burns monsters in your dust pile if you're not planning to use any of your dust pile monsters anyway. So stuff like that, it's like, oh, that fills its own niche. It does its own thing. It does do the same. It does draw cards, which is something other cards already do, but it does it in a way that can be useful to any deck. You know what I mean? I don't know. There's just, you know, I like Jigsaw Ree. I like him so much, but he's you just need to save a lot of money to use him, and he isn't even an insta kill. He's not even an insta kill. Um, so he's he's fun, and he's definitely a good card, but I feel like he's best to just save till later in the game. So you can only wait. So you'll only have to wait 2 turns to do a Jigsaw Ree move. But I don't know. He fills so many of your slots that it's also like, and requires you to not use one of your cloning cards. So fills more of your slots. So it's like, do you want Jigsaw Ree? I don't know. I don't know if I had him already, but he is a rare, so that's awesome. That is a good card. I do like that one. You just get to get all your cards back again, and if they had good stats, then the stats stay on the board. Pretty good. So if your opponent silences all your cards, just put down Disguised Lancer, and it's like, haha, you did nothing. Just, make sure you have plenty of room in your hand. Also, Silly Strings, that's good. Because I think I only had one Silly Strings, because I just crafted it to be like, I need to have one of every spell, at the very least. So I can, always have the option ready for if I want to use it in my deck. Especially because, like, Silly Strings, that's just a really good card. Kill and steal any card the opponent has, except for, like, DT. Already had Susie, but pretty good card. I wish Susie had 3 health, because it would make, I don't know, it would make her better against the card, the card she just weakened. Like, she could just insta-kill, done, or the opponent couldn't just still use it to attack her. But that is a pretty decent card, especially if you're running, like, a bunch of stuff like, I don't know, Dog Cone. You could buff all your cards on the board by 1 or 2. Because most things don't just have 1 stat. Or 0 stat. Very few have 0 attack. But she pairs well with really cheap cards for that reason, which is cool. Pizza Pants. I do like Pizza Pants. I haven't built the deck around Pizza Pants yet, but I might one of these days. Pizza Pants is just really a funny, cool build. You can either get a bunch of revive stuff, a bunch of copying stuff, and you just infinite Pizza Pants. Just more. I need more Pizza Pants. And then he becomes like a Tintin haste card. And because he's already a pretty half decent haste card to begin with, like, he's like Flowey, but sort of better, sort of. He's a little more specific, so he's harder to use than Flowey, which makes sense. Flowey's a legend card. He should be generally simpler to get good use cases out of. But, like, Good card. I might make a deck with him one day. Because honestly, sounds like a fun deck to make. I feel like it would be an integrity deck. Because then you can use... Because integrity just has cloning. And it gives you... Integrity is just a good deck. Having extra money is just nice. Integrity sucks if you don't have the spells. But when you get all the spells, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Elimination Duck. Rudolph. I can't believe how many people actually run a Rudolph in their stall decks, because you have to. It especially limits how much you can heal with a lot of other cards. But it is just like free heal a little bit. It's essentially free because his ability doesn't make him any more expensive because of all the stipulations on it. But it's like, there are cards that basically heal the same for 1 extra gold and have the same stats. I'm looking at Innkeeper, and those don't impose a limitation over your entire deck. So it's like, it's not that good. We're getting close to the end here. Come on, come on. One more DT, one DT, one DT. Come on, come on. Just give me one DT. I just want one DT, one DT, one DT, one DT. Come on, come on. 5. 1 DT. 4 or 3. 1 DT. 2. Dang it. All we got was a shiny worm. A shiny worm. Now, we've opened all the packs. We can craft 2 DTs. Come on. Come on. Chris. Come on. Yes! Yes! Woo! Yes! Yes! It is the right Chris, too. Yes! Yes, Chris. Yes, Chris. Yes! Now, honestly, the only DT left I kind of want is Vessel. And maybe Spamton Neo. I like the idea of Spamton. He's kind of just good in any deck. He's just useful for stall. But... Yes. Now, what else do we get? Something good. The Barrier! The instant win card. It's basically Toilet, but if you last to the end of the game. How much is it? 2 damage, the opponent equal to half the monsters in both of dust piles. So as long as you can kill a bunch of monsters, Barrier, boom! Yes! We got some of the best DTs. I did want Vessel more, I'll be honest, because Vessel's just more fun. Barrier is, like, really good. The Barrier is, like, I win. And can only really be stopped by, like, Metaton, because that's the only really way to steal your gold the opponent has. But, like, the Vessel's just kind of a more fun, and I already have, like, deck ideas for the Vessel, but, I mean, I'm very happy with the Barrier. To be fair, I think I'd be happy with anything I got at this point, except for maybe Angel of Death. He's just kind of okay. Like, he's nice, but just okay. But Chris, yes! Oh, yeah! Let's disenchant all those cards I have. Boom! Dude, I have so much dust. I could probably finish crafting all these and it barely dent my my money. But what do I want even? Well, Okay. That's for me to decide. You don't need to know that. Uh, we can talk about the patches. Okay, what, 100 seasons? And each month is a season? I don't know. Okay, but yeah, here's the new stuff. Duel, quick draw. So Duel is the spell. This is the token that Duel gives you quick draw. And yours costs 0. So you basically just get to pay your Duel back. Pick a monster 100 and add 3 and deal 3 damage to you. If you bullseye, you draw another card. So if you can bullseye it, you don't even lose a card space in your hand, which is always nice. And Starlo just gives you infinite of these, because this gives the wanted effect, which means whenever you kill a wanted monster, you just get 1 gold. So you get your money back if you kill something with Duel. And if you don't, you'll eventually get the money back, because at some point in the future, the monster's probably gonna die, you know? So, really nice card, a free 3 damage, essentially. You know, your opponent gets 3 damage on you too, but if you've got the right deck, it won't matter. We've got Trolley Problem, which summons Fake Train. And Fake Train, sadly, I don't think it's that good. It is for the growth deck, the poison deck, so that's nice, but like, you'd have to bullseye something with a 1 damage monster. And so you'd have to get something down to 1 HP and Fake Train it. When you could Clover it instead. Of course, if you don't have Clover in your deck, then that's whatever, but even then, like, getting an opponent's monster down to exactly 1 HP, there are so many better things you could do to finish them off, typically. So it's like, But I think it is cool. I just don't think there's any great use for it. I think it could use some sort of buff. What for the buff? I don't know. But for 7 gold, like, that sucks, you know? For 7 gold, that sucks. Unless you chain it, you kill one thing that has 1 HP, and then you kill one thing that has 3 HP, because it's going to summon a 2 thing. And then you kill something else with 3 HP, because it's just going to... Because it doesn't say exact copy. Oh wait, but it says keeps buffs. So I guess no. You kill something with 1 HP. You kill something with 3 HP. You kill something with 5 HP. You kill something with 7 HP. And I mean, that could be good, but the chances of getting that are very low. So, I don't know. I don't know about Fake Train. It's another one of those bullseye things that's so specific, it's like, Okay, and then this, Bounty, another good use of the wanted system, basically making this spell cost 1 gold to give 4 monsters in your hand +1/+1. That is really good. If you already have stuff on the board, this is great for keeping momentum. And since it's a green soul, keeping things on the board is pretty easy. So keeping up a momentum with something like this, that's just really good. It's a really good spell. I like it. I like that. Really good. And then we got Sandstorm, which is like a kind of a better carousel, almost. Repeat to 1 damage to all monsters. Repeat for each card costing 1 or more you played this turn. So if you just have a bunch of cheap stuff, you can just shred the opponent's board. Kill everything on it. Sandstorm, pretty good. Not the best spell, but it's cheap, so I think it's really good for how cheap it is. And then Reminisce. Look at 3 different dust monsters. Max 6. This kind of sucks. Because you can't get the cheaper, which is the whole kind of point of bringing them back with these special spells. But I guess it has haste, so that takes away from the other one. And so max of 6. This is what I was meaning. Like, it's just, this is best done with that 1 dog, lesser dog. So decent spell. If you only have 3 dust monsters in your deck, You can always confirm that you'll get what you want out of it, so that's good. Um, so it's nice, but it's mostly only useful for getting more dog. Um, and then we got Oasis, which is by far the best. It's OP. It's way, 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 way too good. Send your hand to your deck. So no matter how many cards you could have one card left in your hand. Boom, you get a full hand of 6 for 7 gold. So you can fill your hand, and it makes everything -2 cheaper. So if you use all 6 of the change of winds it gives you, that's -12 gold. So essentially, you've just made 5 gold. At the very least, Oasis has saved you 5 gold. And then on top of that, if you don't want to use all of the cards, if you don't need, or if you've just gotten the cards you need from what you have, or if you're gonna die soon, or something like that, you can just burn all the change of winds, and each individually heals you 3. That is like a full heal. Very, very easily. 7 gold full heal. It costs you your hand, and that's it. And if you've got cards like Chris, this is nothing. This doesn't cost you anything to heal, essentially. Because Chris also draws cards and can't be really done. You can't stop it. So it's like, OP. Way too good. And people have been using the heck out of this month. It's been going. It's a little hectic. And then the random other ones, like Chujin's been made cheaper, which is nice. Chujin, like, insta-kills you after a few turns. So, as long as you have some good taunts and protection, like healing or whatever, you can just wait it out. So, honestly, I think this is a good idea. Chujin could use with a little cheaper. He's the only card in the game that will kill you if you take too long. Date Alphys, whatever. Like, a lot of these are kind of not that big a deal. Chaos Duck, this is actually kind of cool. A lot of the lower cost ones are actually pretty cool. Caddy and Caddy's dad have been made cheaper, but they do less attack, which is fine. A lot of the ability cards, like the ones that are very specific to their ability, their stats barely matter in the slightest. It's their ability that matters. So making these guys cheaper to get their ability out, that's just really good. And then, really, it's always that. And then the same thing here, Golden Flowers. It's just a card it's essentially a spell. It's a spell that puts a monster on the board as well. You get your spells back. It's just, that's what it's useful for, making it cheaper. That's really good. A lot of those ones with really good abilities and where it's like the ability is what makes the card, it's nice. Old Mega was made cheaper, which, yeah, it's what I like. Yeah, they're trying to make it more, but it's like, it kind of sucks. And then they made Ultima Thrash cheaper, which I think was a kind of good idea because most people wouldn't use Ultima Thrash unless it was paired with its ability. So I think, yeah, that makes sense. Because, like, for now, like, right now it wouldn't be paired with its ability. So, yeah. And then they changed Giga Frogget completely because of one of the because one of the things they changed last season made Giga Frogget kind of OP. Like, you could instant win with Giga Frogget and get into an infinite loop that just does, like, a lot of damage. Well, not an infinite, but it would loop, and it'd be really strong. So, Giga Frogget, really good, but he's been changed. He does more attack. He has more HP, so that's nice. And he just buffs all the ally Froggets, which is like, I mean, it makes him more useful in his tribe, which is always nice to see, making the tribes more. Because, like, it was a little weird that he didn't gel with his tribe at all. Like, nothing about him with his tribe paired, so, cool. And then Starlo not only was made a little cheaper, which is nice, they also gave him, whenever you kill a wanted monster, you get a quick draw. So you can just quick draw, and get your money back, too, because all the quick draws are basically free. Um, and you can draw cards with this too, so it's really useful. As I said earlier, they just made Soroba a taunt card, so it's like, eh. And I don't know why, but they made Clover cost more and have less HP, and then they did this, which this one actually makes sense. Like they should have fixed this. So I agree with this. But making Clover more expensive, I don't know. Clover's so specifically useful anyway because of the bullseye mechanic that it's like, I don't know. I don't think he needed a debuff. I don't think Clover needed a debuff. I'm going to be honest. He really didn't. And then we got Silly Strings was made cheaper, which really? I mean, that Silly Strings was already a really good spell. So now you can kill things that cost now you can kill things that cost 10 gold without even batting an eye, and that's a plus for you. You know what I mean? Because of how it works. And then they made Worm Infusion cheaper, which I think pretty good because making your opponent a worm can actually make it better. They turned Lasso into a spell you get instead of a token spell. They made it a regular spell instead of a token because it wasn't being used anymore because Starlo, it's not his thing. And they changed it to summon the cheapest, so that kind of sucks. And paralyze it and make it wanted, so it doesn't suck that bad because it's the cheapest. It'll be the easiest thing to kill, and you just boom, you get a little bit of your money back, and it paralyzes, so that's good. So it'll only cost you 1 gold essentially. Lasso just costs you 1 gold, and that's nice. And then they made Vase Breaker cheaper, but they took away the fact that it loops, which is fine. I am a little sad that it doesn't loop anymore, but I think that is overall a plus. It's overall a good thing. Vase is cheaper. That's good. But yeah, like those are all the changes this season. Pretty cool. I'm liking all this new stuff. I do think change of that new Oasis, that spell definitely needs to be nerfed by the end of the month. And get to the stupid dummy. Give him an ability. He's been waiting for an ability for so long. Give the guy an ability. The poor dummy hasn't had an ability since, like, I don't know, he was probably created, or I don't know. I don't know the history of Undercards enough to know if they used to have an ability or not. But yeah, I mean that's it for this stream. My voice is getting hoarse, so I definitely need a drink and a break before I start streaming again today. If I stream again today, who knows? I don't know. We'll see if I feel it. We'll see if my friends are busy, anything like that. But yeah, I'll see y'all next time. I hope you enjoyed the card opening. This is awesome to get Chris this month. Yes! I could have done with them earlier, but whatever. Chris and Barrier, awesome pulls. Maybe next time we'll get a DT. As soon as we get a DT, I'm just gonna I'm gonna make a new thumbnail with like 1,000,000 Gaster Pog faces on it. It's gonna be so hype. When we open a DT, it'll be so hype. I can't wait for it. But I mean, it won't matter soon because I almost have every DT in the game. But but anyway, hope y'all have a good one. See y'all later. Bye-bye.